Hello, welcome to Fallawsophy. I'm your host, Jennifer Fallaw, and tonight we are talking about vibration, free will, and then we have a mirror exercise for your own protection. I don't know if you can hear the dogs barking, but they decided to start as soon as I started, so nothing I can do about that. So I've been gone for a while. I went on vacation, and that was fun. And so I really haven't done my own show in like a month. But let's hit it. We're going to talk about, let's get back to our God-centered conscious creation for all of you angels, all of you humanitarians, all of you light workers. As far as I know, we're looking at the 7th through the 10th for a little thing called the RV. And that's all I know right now. I've been on the phone all day with clients. I've been working since I walked back in the door from vacation because my favorite game is to burn my candle at both ends. And I'm just never going to stop doing that. So that's what I like, and that's where we're at. So I've been talking all day. If the voice goes out midstream, excuse me. And then we'll do some readings. So please hold back with your rumble rants until I get there. I'm going to try and get this done in an hour because my co-host over there, Mike's got a show on at 6. Mark had one at 4 Pacific time. I'm on at 5. So this week in my readings, it was just very interesting. I think a lot of people are leveling up now. Funny that a lot of like soulmates and twin flames are coming together now. It's kind of freaking me out because I really never jumped on board with that kind of concept. But I'm hearing a lot about it. I am, and it's interesting. It really tells me that we're stepping into a new chapter. People are asking me about what vibrational level they're at, and I'm like, well, I don't know. There really isn't a scale, is there? They're asking me about free will, and if we really have free will, or we're just here following. If everything is destined, everything is written. No, it's not. And then I've been hearing from a lot of light workers who have people from their past that they lovingly let go, who are having a hard time, okay? And get blamed for it. I did too. So very interesting what's been happening with the spiritual community lately. So I'm going to address a few of these things. And when people ask me questions, they're asking the angels, because I'm always asking for them to give me the truth for any question asked of me. So this is what I got. Okay. Guess I should start with vibration. No, let's start with free will. Let's do that. Of course, I didn't put it all together before the show. I just took half-ass notes, and so I like to do that too. Okay, so free will. If you've been following me and you know my God theory, God is ascended the highest vibration at the center of everything, and we are all a piece of God experiencing everything there is to experience, a created piece of Him who forgot who we are. And He has given us all of the gifts that He has, the ability to create, the ability to choose. And that is the number one rule of the multiverse, is we do not interfere with free will. At least the light does not. Because that is interfering with God's will. And so we don't force our will upon another. We don't seek revenge. We defend ourselves, pretty fiercely. But we don't seek revenge. We try to control our thoughts. We do not inflict pain upon another. We do not cause another piece of God any harm. To the best of our ability, we try not to do that. Okay? Just like Jesus taught that we're all brothers and sisters, we try to live that way. Some people and some in, certain psychic circles, and I actually heard from somebody today who told me that a psychic, another reader, told her that nobody actually has any free will, that it's all, pre-written, and you're just following a script. Okay, well then answer me this. Why do you have a spirit guide? Why do you have angels to protect you? Do you think everybody wrote in all the traumas that they're going to have? No. Your story is half written. It's written in a way you have eternal free will, not just here on earth. Through every lifetime, just the moment you were given life, existence, you have free will. Because you are a piece of God. And God always has free will, and that is how we create. And that's how we create the reality we're going to come and live in. So, it is eternal free will, not just here. But before you come here into this life, you sit down with your trusted spirit guide who you choose, and probably most of the people you're going to interact with, probably in a very big meeting, and write your story. And you have certain goals, things that you would like to accomplish as a soul. Say, well, last time I had a pretty easy time around, so I'd like to go down and have my heart broken and be trampled all over and see how I rise from that. Who wants to do that? And your best friend in the back goes, yeah, I'll do that. Totally. I'll do that to you. That'll be fun. And then everybody gets back home and they remember the story. Okay, well, the goals that you set out for yourself are basic. And someone asked me to explain that to them today, and I did, and I think that if I explain it this way, which is very simply, it will sink in. There's a couple ways we can look at that. So let's say you came down here and you decided, I'd like to learn how to cook. One of your goals. I'd like to learn how to cook. Okay, so let's say just in your life here, you decided, well, I'd like to learn how to cook. All right. Well, what are all the ways that we can learn how to cook? We can read a book. We can get a private instructor. We can go to an actual school that we attend where we cook there and they teach us how to cook. You can obsessively watch the cooking channel. You can go over to mom's house or grandma's house and say, teach me how to cook. You can just open up a cookbook and start and try. If you can read, you can cook. Or you could just combine things, be half-assed about it and see how it turns out. There are many ways to get to the same destination, to accomplish the same general goal. And all of these different paths that you have the ability to choose, well, I think I'd like to do it the half-ass way and make a really hard time for myself. And I may not eat for about a month, but at some point in time, I might achieve something that is edible. Okay? Or we can go to grandma's house or mom's house, who's going to yell at me the whole time and make it really unenjoyable. And and maybe finally, if I decide to listen, I'll learn something and I can come home and feed myself. Or I can spend a lot of money and I can go to school and with a whole bunch of other people, really not get that much private instruction, and learn how to cook really, really well, but that's going to take a long time. Okay, or Are we still here? Oh my god. Now I'm just like, okay, too bright. Hang on a second. Oh my goodness. Did you guys see what happened? That was a trip. Hang on. Now I gotta fix the visual here. All right. Okay, well, that was inconvenient. Hang on. That was a trip. That's totally paranormal. I swear to God. That was totally paranormal. I don't know. The ring light didn't go off, so the electricity didn't go off, and I got up and I could turn on the other light in the bedroom, but this lamp in here went out, and so did my internet, which is right over there. Wow. Happy Halloween. The veil is thin. Clearly, someone didn't want me to teach you that. Well, I'm going to do it anyway because I called in the team and they can have off. That was a trip, though, huh? That was kind of exciting. All right. Hang on a second. We'll start over. I'm gonna have to edit that one. That's kind of scary. That scared me a little bit. Okay. You know, something happens and you're like stuck in the room and it's dark and like you want to run out, but you can't because you have to figure out what just happened. That just happened to me. Okay. Good thing for angels, anyway. All right, now I'm gonna have to cleanse the house now, but they better run. Tell you what. All right, now, okay. Free will is eternal. So as I was saying, your life is half written. It is written in general terms. You come here to accomplish certain things, to learn certain things, to experience certain things. Example, let's say you want to experience how to cook. I told you could go and pay somebody to come in and have a private chef come in and teach you how to cook in your home. Very expensive. The result will be very good. You could learn by obsessively watching the cooking channel. You could just do it blindly, and because you can read, use recipes and just kind of figure it out yourself. You could just throw things together, half-assed and come up with something that's probably edible. You could go to mom's house, fight, be irritated, and I'm just kidding, wouldn't happen like that at my mom's house, but like some of you deal with that, okay? And maybe you'll listen. So in an attempt to accomplish the same goal, to have the same experience, the experience itself in the end will be the same. I learned to cook, but the story through your choices will be different. One might take longer than the other. You could choose to do the easy way. You could choose to do it the hard way. You could choose to do it the short way. You could choose to do it the long way. And that is what we do time and time and time again in this life, in relationships, in business, schooling, and just walking our day-to-day lives. We make choices every second of every day, and that will dictate how long, how short, how successful you are. But in the end, the goal is the same. I learned to cook. I learned to love. I learned humility. I learned patience. I learned success. I experienced that. You are the one who can make the choice as to what that path looks like in this life. The plan was to learn to cook. Now, Your spirit guide is here in this life to ensure that you learn to cook. And because they love you, they've been with you every moment of every day. They'll try to encourage you to do it the best way so that you learn to cook really well with the least resistance or the least pain and suffering. Okay? But sometimes your spirit guide comes and says, well, why don't you, you have the money. Why don't you go and hire somebody to come in here and teach you how to cook? Well, it's kind of a cool experience. I don't really know them. I'd like to go. I want to go over here and learn from my grandma and cook the way she did, and then that's going to take a long time. It's going to take us like a year because we don't both really have. So you want to do it the long, more fulfilling, like emotional way. Okay, that's fine. But it is their job to ensure that you come here to accomplish that main basic goal, to have that basic experience. You get to choose exactly how you do it. They'll try to help you get there quicker. But it's ultimately your choice on how you do it with everything. And so when people try to tell you, well, I don't have any free will, what does God want me to do? What is God telling me to do? God didn't want me to be loved. God didn't want me to have that. And they start blaming God for your own goddamn choices. No. It was always you. So anybody who has a theory that we don't have free will is looking for an excuse to cover up the consequences of their choices and to pass blame on to someone else. Okay? Okay. All right, so hoping I can cut this video later. I haven't really tried it. I used to do that with audios for the radio station, but I don't know if I can do that. I'll try. Now, notes are over here. Another example in free will is, well, I planned this life. You also plan a wedding. Have you ever planned a wedding? You can plan out every detail of a wedding. You plan what everybody's going to eat, where they're going to sit, what you wear, what everybody else wears. You can dictate, okay, it's black tie. Everybody's got to wear black tie. What everybody wears, what they're going to drink, what music will be played. You can plan everything down to a T. But you still cannot predict how everyone will act and how much they will drink and if somebody will make an ass out of themselves or if you'll trip over your brand new beautiful shoes in your train on the way down the aisle or, if, whatever. That's the beauty of a lifetime. That's why it's entertaining. That's why souls want to come here. Because we do have ultimate freedom. We do have ultimate free will. We chose and planned the wedding before we got here back home. Just like we do when we're here. But when we get here, we cannot predict if it's going to turn out right. And that's the excitement of everything. Okay? So you plan to have a relationship with a certain person. You and them said, okay. Hey, we want to have kids together? Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll totally do that. I'm there. There for you. Do you want to be together forever? We'll try. So we get down there. Let's just have kids together. Okay, so when you find this person, the draw is really strong. Like, oh my God, this is my soulmate. We're going to have kids together. We're going to be together forever. It's all said and done. I figured it out. Okay? But you don't know that back home, you guys decided, well, just really, let's have kids together, raise them for a little while, and then go our separate ways because I really have these other goals that I want to accomplish, and you really don't fit in with that, and you're not going to be happy there, and I'm not going to be happy with you, and you're supposed to develop some kind of, like, addiction or something, and I don't even want to deal with that for too long, so we'll catch back. We'll get back together when we're in heaven, okay? So, or not. So, we have these contracts, soul contracts with people. And the word contract is so concrete, but we choose these people in our soul clique to come into our lives and to be a certain person, and because we're very loving and giving and everything, it worked out perfectly because they chose to experience being narcissistic and to be a taker. And really to not, and to advance, that's one of the problems that they have, and an advance in this life, and to finally, before they die, learn to be a giver or not, or to be a catalyst in somebody else's life that makes them a giver. So you're the first giver, and you're like, yeah, I'll do that. I'll suffer. And so we have these soul contracts with people. And when you take a look at it that way, it's easier to understand and to accept that it's over, to accept that we're going in different directions, to accept that your path no longer, because of the choices that I've made, to step onto my highest timeline and to do this or humanitarian projects or to believe in the unbelievable right now. I've chosen to go in this direction, and your path does not go in that direction. Okay? We have these contracts. That's what a soul contract is. Doesn't mean just because you have a soul contract that you're supposed to be together forever. Okay? So we send those people off with love because we want to be evolved. Okay? Trying. That's the goal. Let's be evolved now. We send them off with love. We don't stay centered in, well, you weren't what I needed you to be, and you made me hurt, and my heart is broken, or you hurt me, and blah blah blah, and I'm gonna hate you forever. I'm gonna send these daggers from my mind into your energy field forevermore because I'm a brat. Well, that's gonna lower your vibrational level. You may have come in to raise that, or at a certain level, and if that person's learning their lessons and being who they're supposed to be, if you engage in that, and you're just like, well, it's only in my mind, I haven't done anything physically, I haven't called, I haven't sent emails, I haven't done anything. They're always doing things to me, but I'm not doing anything to them. Yes, you are. If you hope, sometimes really bad, super bad, pray for karma to hit that person, to pray for their downfall, to hope that any new relationship or anything that's happening to them turns out bad, then you are projecting negative energy into that person's energy field with your thoughts. That is why on the road to raising the vibration, we try to control our thoughts. That is why Jesus said to turn the other cheek. That is why he said to love your neighbor. For one, when you're doing that, it's going back and forth. You're both engaging in low vibrational behaviors, and you're still at war even if you don't even talk to this person anymore. You're above that now. We send them love. I wish you the best. I hope the best for you. I'm going to go do my thing now. Okay? Even if they're over there sending you daggers. So what's that's going to do? Every time you choose to take the high road, every time you choose to turn the other cheek, every time you choose, when you have the opportunity to hurt another piece of God, or to continue to fight this war, if you got to protect yourself, protect yourself. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this constant hate you forever, you hurt me, I'm even going to bring other people into my life to make you jealous. Just in case you come back so I can hurt you again. And then you wonder why you're miserable. Every time you choose to take the high road, you're going to raise your vibration. Every time you choose to resist temptation to resist sending negative energy, resist hurting someone, you raise your vibration. Every time you choose love over fear, love over hate, love over jealousy, love over pain, you raise your vibration. Now, if you pair up with the biggest piece, the highest vibration, who is God, who is all-knowing and all love, you raise your vibration even more. Your power of creation is more instant. Now, when you're vibrating at the average vibration and you're participating in lots of low vibrational behaviors, it seems normal to you. Oh, my thoughts are my own. Nope. Energy is always projected and received. When you're vibrating there, everything seems normal. When you raise your vibration, you get to like medium there. Okay. I don't even know what scale to, but let's say medium. Okay. You're going to get attacked. And I know that's not much incentive to do it, but like you're going to get attacked. You're going to be annoying to the average person who's vibrating down here when you're vibrating up here. It's going to be like, oh, it's too bright. So you're going to get attacked. And especially people are just going to all of a sudden come from the woodwork from the past and start doing things to you to try to lower your vibration. Why? Because the evil that's influencing them doesn't want you to do that. But if you time and time and time again start raising that vibration and you get up to here, and they're projecting their negativity, they're praying for your downfall, they're hoping that you fail, they're hoping you're in pain and everything else because they want to own you or whatever, and you keep shining bright and you stay centered with God, and you choose time and time again to rise above, it's not ego. It's choice. Your vibration gets very high, and what happens then? You become a mirror. Just like the rings around the bullseye, where the center of everything is God, highest of vibration, we've got rings around the bullseye that go out, and those are dimensions. Just the same reason that evil cannot get into the higher vibrational dimensions, and they're messing around on this one, trying to take it over. When your vibration gets really high, anyone who projects anything negative at you, it's going to hit that high vibration. It cannot penetrate your bubble. And it's going to reflect right back at them. And their karma will be very quick and swift. Not because God or the angels retaliate on your behalf. No. It's because of the energy. It's just the way the universe works. It's the way creation works. Okay? So, until such time as your vibration is that high, we just really can't, measure it, But if you see that happening in your life and you know that you've been leveling up and you've been doing the good thing and you've been no, I'm not going to think those bad thoughts about that person and hope for their downfall and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they hurt me and they totally deserve it. No, I'm just going to rise above it and do my own thing and move forward. Just be love and be myself and stay centered with God. And you hear about what's happening to these people. And you know that they hurt you or they used you or they did all these things. They must still be projecting that negative energy to you. It's going to hit them back hard. So they're doing it to themselves. And a lot of people will say, well, you don't mess with one of God's chosen ones. Oh, a lot of ego in that. We really don't want to embrace that. Okay? God loves every piece of himself. Okay? Just like you love all your children the same. But understanding that nobody's retaliating against you, that person. You're doing it to yourself. You will experience that which you project, especially if you're vibrating high. That's when your creation will be quicker. If you start engaging in low vibrational thoughts and actions, you're going to lower that vibration and open up a hole in your mirror. So it's not that some spiritual person, is casting spells on you, or their angels are coming to get you, or God's damning you for hurting one of his angels, or whatever. No. The angels only protect and guide. They protect and guide. They protect pieces of God, and they also protect all of the pieces of God that are willing to accept that protection. But you cannot sit as a high vibrational person. If you start engaging in thoughts like, well, Archangel Michael, you need to go and retaliate on so and so because they're hurting me or whatever, and no, that's bad. We don't do that. First of all, he's not going to do it. And if you're vibrating high and you fall down that low and you make that mistake, it's going to hurl back at you to teach you a lesson. All right? So stop engaging in the old wars, the old that are going on in your mind. Let go of the hate. Let it go. Let it go into the past. Move forward. Vibrate high. Choose love. Embrace high vibrational activities and thoughts. Anytime you get a thought like, oh, hey, remember how much you hate your ex? I wonder what they're doing now. I wonder if there was somebody else. You should be jealous and mad. And remember everything they did to you? Oh, I don't think so. I'm not falling for that. You're not pulling me back down with you. It's probably his attachment over here saying, yeah, hey, I got somebody else. And shouldn't you be jealous? Jealousy is one of the darkest of vibrational emotions. But energy moves. Nothing ever stays still. Okay? Now, if you rise high enough to become a mirror, you can protect yourself with that mirror. It will naturally protect you, but until such time as we are there, okay, there is an exercise, and it's called the mirror. And we're going to do it to protect ourselves from negative energies coming in at us. Okay? So this is the exercise. It's called the mirror. What we want to do is we want to say, God, we always start out this way with prayer. Say, God, send me your light. I want you to imagine this light coming down to the top of your head and filling you up till bursting. Now, this time, we're going to push it out. Let's say you're at home. We're going to push it out through the entire house. We're going to push it out around the whole property. And we're going to imagine, we're going to say, be a mirror of protection. So we're going to bring this light up really, really bright. It's all that bright light's going to stay inside the mirror. And I want you to picture this big mirrored ball around your entire house and your property. I want you to say stay. I said stay indefinitely. I'm hoping that works. I think probably as long as you stay at a certain vibration, it'll probably stay. So what's going to happen is all these exes and all these people and all these ex-coworkers or whatever, family members, all these haters, sending daggers your way. That dagger's going to hit that mirror and it's come right back at them and they're going to get their own karma. We don't want to stay concerned or centered in the thought, I hope they get their karma. When are they going to get their karma? When are they going to get, they're going to get theirs for what they did to me? No thoughts of that at all. That is in energy's hands. It's in the universe's hands. It's in God's hands. It's none of your damn business anymore. We don't even think that way anymore. because you're just going to keep playing ball with that individual and you're never going to be free. You're going to create holes in your mirrors and all their daggers are going to come in. Okay? So, it's really simple. Extra layer of protection, psychic protection, especially during this time of year. When people are so emotional, there's something going on with the energies. I was all over the place the other day. I mean, I was just like, la, 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 doing my readings, and all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? Screw everyone. I'm pissed off. I don't know what's going on. We've probably got 3 mediums in the house. We've probably got all kinds of stuff walking in and out of here. So, everybody's karma is none of your freaking business. It's not your problem anymore. Whether they get theirs or not. Another thing that I did recently when I came home vacation, I'm like, holy crap, that was expensive. Okay. Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, so anyway, I'm like, oh, that's okay. We'll make up over. I'm always like this. I'm like, we'll make more money. Let's do that. So we'll do that. And then I'm like, okay, this really isn't coming in fast enough, God. So then I got all upset, like all stressed out. And when I get stressed out, I get muscle tension. I start getting headaches. This lady right here can't handle too much of it. I need a solution. I need answers. I need to solve it so that I don't get sick. Okay? Because the negative energy of being stressed, worried, depressed, sad does not sit well with my body. I got to get back to happy real fast. So I was talking to God about it. And I learned something. I've been learning a lot. We're going to do the readings. Don't worry about it. And I looked back at my life for the past few years and I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to feel rejected. I don't want to feel worried. I don't want any of it anymore. I mean, I stand ready, God. I told him I stand ready, God, to be guided. I will do the work. Guide me. Help me. But right now, I'm going to give everything in my life that worries me to you. Because, I'm sure the kids love me and there's lots of people who love me, but I know for a fact that you have always taken care of me and my girls, and you always will, and I know that you love me, and I'm going to give it to you. And I'm going to let you solve these things. Okay? And then, and I said, will you fill my heart with love and peace so that I don't need to find that from anywhere else? And he did. It was a trip. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. I just got this surge. And it reminded me of when I did that meditation for the second, or I think it was the second level of heaven, in the Exploration of the Levels of Heaven series. And they walked this soul into this hut, and she was so depressed and everything, and she got showered in this light. And I ran in afterwards, and I just got a couple little sprinkles that were left over of this light, and I felt that way. Like this, just like absolute complete peace, like absolute love, like just snapped out of it. Like, I feel complete. Absolutely complete. And of course it faded away, and then I was a little bit depressed. But I was taught a lesson on that day again. And I've been taught this lesson before. Okay, Jennifer. Free will dictates that, and is watching. All that you have the absolute right to try to do everything on your own. And we'll let you do it. We're not going to interfere with your free will. You over there worrying, I have to find a solution to this. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to make sure everything's okay. Everything's on my shoulders. Like, I can't, like, blah, 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 blah. And now I have a headache and I'm all stressed out and I need a bath and a nap or something. And, maybe some gummies if I had any. So I gave it to him. And I was worried about, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. But I just don't like to get down to a certain level in the bank. And then I start to get nervous. I'm a Taurus. I have to make sure that everything is responsible and we're not going to lose everything and everything is okay for everybody. Okay, it's never going to change. So, but when I allowed him to come into my life, when I gave him permission and I actually stopped worrying, and I got a blast of love, and then I felt great. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And within 48 hours, God sent me all the money to pay the bills for the month so that I still had my buffer. That don't just happen. I mean, I can't ignore that. I cannot ignore that. He sent me a wonderful woman and her husband who made a huge donation for me for no freaking reason. Well, unsolicited. And I'm like, oh, there must be a mistake. I'll send this back to you. It looks like you hit the button too many times. Nope. We felt compelled to do that. And I'm like, I know who compelled you to do that. So give your worries, give your stress, everything you're worrying about. God told me a long time ago, ask me for everything. Involve me in everything. Let me help you. When you are worrying and you are obsessing, you are blocking the flow of abundance that could be coming to you. You're blocking the flow of opportunities that could be coming to you. You're blocking the flow of love that could be coming to you because you are telling him and creation, I am worried. I am stressed. There is no way out of this. I am not loved. I am not abundant. I am in lack. We don't want to do that anymore. Okay? Got a problem? Solve it. But we don't lay down on the couch and expect God to send money through the window and to do everything for us and be lazy. No, we stand ready to be guided. I am ready for you to give me inspiration. Help me know what way to go. But I'm going to stop all this low vibrational worry and sadness and pain and despair and depression and all these things that keep me in that experience. Okay? Okay. So it's interesting, like, I knew I just half the time I don't know what I'm getting myself into. I knew that when I wanted to teach this God-centered conscious creation, I was going to have to do it myself. Going to have to learn it first. I'm teaching you as I go. And I've been presented with opportunities to level up along the way. To see my own mistakes, where my own choices have led me. And that's hard. But once you accomplish that, you're done. You're done with that. But the best advice that I can give you is to do exactly what I just did. Is to give it all to him. Throw your hands down. This is what it sounds like when I do this. God, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay? And apparently I've screwed it up really bad. And I don't like this at all. And I don't want to be here. And I want to be happy and loved and well and abundant and shining. Come into my life and help me shine again. Okay? I give it all to you. And I stand ready to act. and follow your lead. Then put up your mirror and let everybody be bathed with inside your mirror. You could put a mirror up around your entire family. Within the mirror, it's just like this giant mirrored gobstopper. Within the mirror, there's all this light. And I've been doing that. Apparently, I forgot to do it before the show because something got in here and did that. That was a trip. That was a trip. But you know, the veil is thin and the girls are both mediums and they just came home from work. They probably brought something home. I'm going to have to do that. But I blasted the room and I called in the team and the internet went back on. All right. That is the exercise for tonight. It is the mirror exercise. You can use this for the rest of your life. So if you have old family members, villains, anybody in your past that you feel like I can't move on because this person constantly attacks me. They're always throwing negativity at me. They're hoping for my downfall. Put up your mirror and stay high vibrational within that light bubble in that mirror. And don't even think about how that's going to bounce off and hit back at them, because it will. You don't even have to concern yourself with it. Okay? Okay. All right, you can start with your rebel rants. Let me go over to, let's get over there. Rumble, that's where we're going. I'm totally like exhausted. It's fine. Okay, live chat. Everybody, you can start with your questions and your Rumble rants, and I will do as many as possible. Oh, we were supposed to be done by 6 because Mike is doing not Whiskey and Wisdom. What's it called? Toxically Masculine Tuesday. You guys watch on the repeat. Sorry. I don't know why I thought I could do just an hour show. I never do. I don't know how many people we have in here right now because it went dead. Not very many. That's okay. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm really going to try to do this, okay? You know, sometimes I tell you guys I'm going to do something and then I'm overly optimistic. It's like me as a young person living on my own, working 50 hours a week, and then it's time to sign up for college that semester, and I'm like, yeah, I can do full-time. I totally do that. I want to take this, and this. And then I'll sign up for a full-time schedule, work 50 hours a week, live on my own, blah, 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 end up with like pneumonia is what happens. Is I end up with like sick and dropping half the classes. And I think that's why I went to school for 7 years at night. So like, but what I want to do is I have planned to do the Fallawsophy show. So I'm going to do Mike's show, Real News Live with Mike and Jen on Monday and Wednesday mornings, and I'm going to do Fallawsophy on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. I'm going to try not to back out of that, all right? Because the night shows, I'm just tired. I am. I'm tired of talking. All right, here we go. Kay Thompson, thank you. Hey, Jen, I absolutely love and appreciate you so much. Thank you. This is Christina. Does my grandmother-in-law, Donna, have any messages for me? Christina. Donna Thompson. Which she loves you and you're a good girl. And I'm watching you, and I know what you've been through, and I'm so proud of you. You're so strong. She really does love you very much. She's a kick. I mean, she's like, you just call me anytime you need me. Anytime, you just call me. Okay? All right. I like her. I like her already. Okay, Gina! Okay, Bree and Chase are both having some issues. Their horses, respiratory issues. Can see what's going on. Did they eat a weed? Hay? Lungworm? I'm leaning towards parasites or some kind of fungus from the hay. I actually think it's from the hay. The vet will know what to do. It's doable. They can fix it. Hi, Jen. My name is Kathy D. I have a safe in the closet in our bedroom. Money was taken out. No one was in the house, and no one has a combination. Can you help me solve the mystery? I think it was a miscalculation. Like, I feel like this is just some kind of mistake. Like, you guys forgot that you thought you had more in there, but you forgot you took some out. I don't really think that anybody stole it. Excuse me. Hi, Joe. Weather Joe. Hi, Jen. Great talking with you today. Will I be able to get a new car prior to that baseball tournament in Las Vegas at the end of the month? I think that's a little quick. Possibilities there, Gabriel says. But better possibility into next month. Did I just see Scott in there? Hi, Scott. Hi, Marcy. Gina's in there. Lady Di, hi. Okay, right to opinion. Hi, Jen. Shannon H here. I'm going to Vegas for Girls Weekend 10-9 to 10-12. That sounds like fun, but I'm all Vegased out. Do you see us having a safe trip and a fun trip? Thanks for all you do. Take a lot of money. It's like $22 a drink there. Okay? I don't know. We'll get like a suite with a fridge and go to the store and get drunk first and then go out. That's what we did. All right. Safe trip. Oh yeah, it's fun. Much needed. That I'm really happy for you. That's going to be fun. Hi, Jen. Thank you for being you. I appreciate you and the advice given. This is D in Georgia. My son, Jim, and his wife, Marty, need to sell their home in Atlanta. Thank you, Gina, for reminding me to do that. Will this happen? Yes. Six to 8 weeks. I think they get it sold. Hi, Tom. Red, White, and Blondie, $20. Tiffany here. Can you please see when you see Trinity coming back to our house? She leaves to go back to the bio mom, just like you said in a week. She said it was You said it was temporary, and we were praying for that. I do think it's temporary. It might be a month or two. Just wondering if I will be doing my own project or funding an approved project. Thanks, Kathy. Tweetin. You'll be funding an approved project. I think like you donate to that, an existing project, because you just really don't have the passion for like one thing or to be involved in something so heavily like that. You're just really going to like give when you have the opportunity. Oh, Scott is my biggest fan. Scott says his wife had a 1/4 inch of her throat cut, and Jen did a healing, and she had no pain in 2 days, and she was totally recovered. Now, well, you know that was Jesus, but thank you, Scott. Iridescent 7, Jen. Paul here. Looks like I'll have a great job next week regardless of the RV. The owner is like a past life brother or something. How do you see that job going, or how long do I do it after the RV? You know, it's going to be hard. What I see is the RV happens, and then you feel bad about leaving. Just tell him the truth. But tell him you won a lot. Well, I see you trying to come up with some kind of reason to leave, is what I see. But I see that it is a good situation. You do well at that job. There is some kind of brotherly, very good person. That person's a good person. Okay, B pass. This is Bill. I have twice in a few days seen videos concerning twin flames. Can you talk about this? I don't have the same definitions. The definitions I got about your divine counterpart is from the angels, the way they explained it to me. And then you get out into the tarot reading and the spiritual community, which is nothing bad with that. And you hear about twin flames. And I'm like, what the hell's that? So I was taught by the angels that a soulmate, your soul mate, is kind of like your twin. It's the yin to your yang. But it's not like a brotherly sister kind of thing. Sometimes it is. It just depends on the soul. That there are soulmates, and that is the soul that you're created with. It's very rare for your soulmate to incarnate at the same time as you, because it's a very strong connection. Okay? Usually that only happens if you've got some divine purpose to fulfill and need that level of satisfaction within your home, within your relationship, so that you can be successful outside of that. So the twin flame thing, but in certain circles, they believe that the twin flame is the other half of your soul, and that you can have many soulmates. I don't know. It's just humans come up with all these terms for everything. So basically, here's the two things that you can have. Well, the way I was taught is that you've got a soulmate, which, New Age would call it twin flame, the other half of you that you were created with. And then you have kindred spirits, part of your soul family. Just like I said, somebody who said, okay, like you're really close to in heaven, we've got these big family cliques, and they're not all brothers and sisters, they're friends, and we've all taken turns being different players in each other's story many times. And so kindred spirit is going to be somebody that just feels like a soulmate connection, but may come into your life for a certain amount of time, or is not necessarily the one that you were created with, but they love you very much. Okay. Montana Treasures, Betty here. My mom, Mary, wants to go to her old home and get her things. Do you see this happening this month? No. I do think you put it off a little while. I don't think she's strong enough for that. I do think you do it in November, like the first couple weeks of November. Marcy. It's my girl. Telling everybody right now, this thin veil season's pretty harsh. Okay? Because if I just had something come in here and mess with my internet and turn my lamp off, which you have to touch to turn off, got through all of my barriers, the veil's pretty thin. Get a house cleanse from Marcy Howell if things are going on. You could have anything walk into your house for no freaking reason. Hi, Jen, it's Kellyanne. Do you see my living situation changing? If so, where will I go? I can't solve that for you. Actually, maybe I can. If you choose to go now, you have a friend that takes you in. It's fun. It's not a bad situation. You stay there for a very short time until you get on your feet, and then you're on your way. Okay, don't worry about it. Give it to God. Put it in his hands. Scott. What's with all the testimonials, Scott? My mother fell and broke her pubic bone and was a total mess, and Jen did a healing, and 3 days later she was up and walking. The doctors and the physical therapists are blown away by the progress and cannot explain it. I'm saying, both those ladies got a reason to be here. Jen, I have a cat under my house. She had a litter under there last spring. Oh, a litter. Okay. I have to close the opening before it gets cold, so I ordered a trap, but wondering if she has kitties again. Not right now. AJ Bowden, hi. Hi, Jen, you're the best. Thank you for yesterday. One question is my daughter-in-law, Ann's mom, Barb, sending her the messages she's getting on her cell phone via Facebook or text. What? Oh, is my daughter-in-law, Ann's mom, Barb, sending her the message that she's getting on her cell phone via Facebook or text? That's cool. One of them. Yeah. You know, it's a trip. Is that my dad passed in 2012. I think it was telegrams. Somebody must have got his phone number or something. Which kind of makes me sad because I was kind of hoping it was true. I get a notification all of a sudden. That was a couple weeks ago or more. Dad joined Telegram. And it was his phone number. Well, that's pretty good because he's been gone for a long time. That was pretty cool. This is the time of year where weird stuff like that will happen. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Farmer 10968. Jennifer, I've misplaced some of my currency. Do you have any idea where it went? Absolutely not. I am not good at that. It does not have an energetic signature. It is not alive. I think that's why I can't find it. Sorry about that. CDR 7718. I'm Christina. Have you been talking to my I have been talking to my ex-husband Mario after years. Do you see me getting back together with them? If so, when? I don't know how to say this. Yeah? It might be just a hookup. Okay? Be careful with that. Thormus! Hey, Jen. Love you. Love you too, Tom. Any messages from Sandy? Missing her a lot. Not feeling her around me lately. All right, Sandy, get in here. I know. She goes, I love it when you do that, how you do that. Sandy, get in here. Well, she says you've been alone too much, Tom, and you need to get out of the house and find something to do. And she has been around there with you too, but make some plans. So you've been around? She never stopped being around. Okay? She loves you and she hopes the best for you and she wants you to start having a good time. So go out, go see people, go do things, feed yourself right. I don't know what you're doing over there. Better be. Okay. Scott 1484. I'm sorry. I've been Scott B. I saw your text messages. I've just been slammed since I got home. The phone's just nonstop. People texting me. Welcome back. What do you see me doing in a year? So 1 year on this day. It is 10/2. So 10/2/26 at 6 something in the evening. Scott. Which will be probably like what, 8 or 9 years. I guess it doesn't matter. You're watching TV. It's a big TV. You're in your own living room. What does that tell you, considering you're where you are right now? And tomorrow you've got a golf game. Well, I kind of like it when people ask me that. It's kind of fun. The projection of consciousness to look. I love that. Somebody has his phone number. Oh, I see what you're saying, Marcy. Yeah. Yeah, I know. But I was kind of hoping that was like, hey, hi, from Dad. I don't really need one. I can talk to him anytime I want. Oh, yeah, the nails. I've painted over 1,000,000 times. I got my nails done for Vegas. They were all sparkly and silver. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go. I think I'm running out of steam. But, so I am going to do one. I don't play golf. You don't have to play golf to go play golf, Scott. It's so much fun, though. It really is. Like, my friends and I. Well, I was dating a surfer, and we were doing things we weren't supposed to do, and I was probably about, 21. So I'm not going to tell you what we did before we went play golf. But we went to this 18-hole golf course when I was like 21 years old. We laughed so hard. I'm really good at hitting it far, but when I'm on the green and trying to get it into the hole, it's hilarious. I was there for like half an hour trying to get this ball into the hole. We had a ball. You should try it. It's fun. It's just about being with your friends, driving around in a golf cart and having a good time. Okay, Gina, thank you. Jen, my mind is at ease with the horses. Yeah. I don't know if it's a parasite. I don't think it's bots or anything. I don't know if it's like a parasite, but it was in the hay. It's something in the hay. So it's either like a mold in the hay or, but the vet will know what to do. Hi, Jen, Lori here. Can you see if and when my daughter Jessica will come back to her family? If so, when? Lori Jean. Sometime within the next like 5 years. I feel like the time comes where she thinks she's going to do that, and then she just runs away again. So there must have been some kind of big blow up or something happen, or there's something that she's hiding. I do think she's okay, though. Okay, stop with the rumble rants. I'm going to get going. Hi, Jen. I'll be volunteering at the Chicago Marathon October 12th. Do you see it being a safe event? Okay. There's a lot of crime mingling in with the people watching in the crowd, so just be careful. Watch your bags. As far as any like terrorist activity, no, I don't see that. Okay. Yeah, Marcy, it probably was moldy hay. I did? Okay. Minda, 44444. You yelled in my ear in a dream that won't happen till Friday, October 24th. This year is Friday, October 24th, but I don't remember what I was dreaming about. I don't know how to answer that. Okay. Hey, Jen, this is Clarice. I can't hear that name without. Hello, Clarice. Um, do you see me getting a better job to help with my bills, or will the RV first? Clarice, I think you make it to the RV. I mean, keep trying with the job. Don't sit around and be lazy. But yeah. Marcy, Jen, stay out of dreams. I totally would have done that. Like if there's another me and people like tell me, "Oh, I had a meditation and you came in and you totally told me what I need to do and I had a dream and you came in and I was all upset and you gave me the answers." People tell me that all the time. I'm like, "Yeah, I totally would have done that." Like the higher self me up there, yeah, I would have done that. But I have no conscious awareness of anything like that. You know, it's not me as Jen right here, right now. I mean, if you're like your soul is reaching out to me for the answers or something, you know, unconsciously, yeah, if my higher self, I totally would have done that. I'll come right into your damn dream. I'll kill all the demons, and like you know, give you the answers and fluff your pillow, give you a cupcake, and be on my way. And that's exactly what I do. All right, I love you all. I gotta go get something to eat or I'm gonna die. Um, I will see you back here on Monday morning with Mike. For me, I think I've got Tuesday. Yeah, I'm gonna do philosophy Tuesday morning at 9. I couldn't do it Thursday morning because it's already booked up with appointments. But the Tuesday and Thursday will start the week after 14th and 16th because those weren't scheduled yet. All right? Okay. Thank you all for the Rumble Rants and for being with me with all the interruptions and everything. It's totally dark in my room. I wonder if the you know what? I don't need any more electrical problems in this house, Angel. So if any spirits are trying to do that, no more. All right, love you guys. Media. Have a great day. No, have a great night. Bye.